नमस्कार, मी रवींद्र बोंद्रे, आदर्श विद्यालय चिखली, जिल्हा बुलढाणा, विज्ञान विषय शिकवण वर्ग 10वीला. तर आदर्श विद्यालय आणि इजी टेस्ट ॲप यांच्या सहयोगाने हे ऑनलाईन लेसन आपण आयोजित करत आहोत. सो वी हॅव सीन yesterday about phylum Porifera and phylum. The first phylum was Porifera and second one was Cnidaria or Coelentera. Now today we shall see the third phylum Platyhelminthes under the same headings: structure, habitat, symmetry, germinal layers, body cavity, locomotion, reproduction, example and classification. So under this criteria we have to study, so it is easy to understand. So we shall see one by one. Structure of body. The animals belonging to this, they are flat. These are called as flatworms, are also called tapeworms. They look like a tape or a scale, and hence they are called as flatworm or tapeworm. So body is flat, slender, flat and slender. Now this is one of the example. Here is the example of liver fluid, where body is leaf-like, flat on both sides, and hence it is called, so such are called flatworms. Then if you draw the diagram of this, what is called liver fluid, this liver fluid, it looks like this. As the name suggests, liver fluid, it lives in the liver of the animals, and hence it has the name liver fluid. So this is the diagram of liver fluid. The shape is flat. Then habitat of this animal, most of the animals are free living. Free living means either aquatic or terrestrial, and some are parasitic, and mostly they are called as endoparasites. These are called endoparasites. Now what is the parasites? What are parasites? Then there are two types of parasites. Parasites are those organisms which depends on others for their food. So these parasites are of two types: endoparasites and ectoparasites. Again, two questions: what are ectoparasites? What are endoparasites? Ectoparasites are those parasites which are depend on others but externally. For example, mosquito. Mosquito suck the blood from outside. Mosquito, bedbug, these are, or flies, fleas, these are ectoparasites. But endoparasites are those organisms or those animals which are present inside the body and they harm the person or other animal. That is called endoparasite, and this flatworm is a endoparasite. Then or liver fluid, it is called liver fluid, is a endoparasite animal. So that is the structure of the animal, liver fluid or flatworm. Then body symmetry. As it is flat, slender, naturally it has bilateral symmetry. For the first time, we have seen asymmetrical in Porifera, then radial symmetry in Coelenterata or Cnidarians. Now for the first time bilateral symmetry. So a imaginary axis can be done only from the single margin, and hence it is called what is called bilateral symmetry. That is body symmetry. Then germinal layers. Now these are triploblastic. So there are three germinal layers as we have seen already. The one first is ectoderm. Ecto means outer. Then mesoderm, middle, and endoderm. So ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. These are three types of body cavities or germinal layers present in this, and hence it is called triploblastic. Then body cavity. Body cavity, as we have seen, the first three phylums, they are acoelomate. Again, meaning of acoelomate, we have already seen the body cavity is absent. So such animals where body cavity is absent are called as acoelomate. So this is acoelomate animal, that is body cavity. Then locomotion. So generally, as they are endoparasites, they are present in the body. There is no much locomotion because from one end they attach to the intestine in the persons or in the other animals. Then some animal has swimming habits which are free living. Free living means which are either aquatic or some are terrestrial. Terrestrial means living on land. They have swimming habits. Then reproduction. Reproduction in this animal is sexual reproduction, and these animals are hermaphrodite. Again, a new word is there. Hermaphrodite. Reproduction. Now the animals belonging to this phylum, flat ones, are hermaphrodite. So hermaphrodite means the animals, those animals in which both reproductive organs are present in the same body. Both reproductive organs, male reproductive organ as well as female reproductive organs, are present in the same body. They are called as hermaphrodite. And this word is used generally in animals. In plants, it is called bisexual. As we have seen in the last chapter, reproduction, most of the flowers are bisexual because both the sex organs are present in them. So bisexual is used for plants, and mostly hermaphrodite, the word is used in the animals. Meaning is same. It is also bisexual because both sex organs are present in the same animal, and reproduction is sexual. Reproduction is sexual reproduction. So that is the study of these animals under these headings. Then examples of the animals of this phylum: Planaria, then liver fluke, and flatworm. Now one thing is not mentioned in the book: Planaria. Planaria is the animal we have seen in the asexual reproduction. This planaria has a capacity of regeneration. So regeneration is a type of asexual reproduction. So asexually, some animals reproduces by regeneration, and in them sexual reproduction also takes place, and most of the animals are hermaphrodite. Regeneration is a type of asexual where there are certain isolated cells in the body. So if the animal is cut, through that isolated cells, a new animal is formed. That is called regeneration. As we have seen, the wall lizard, most of the time the tail of the wall lizard cuts because it has a regenerative property and a new tail is formed from that cut part. So here also in this planaria there are certain isolated cells present in the body. If the body is cut through that isolated cells, then the new animal is formed. So regeneration is the type of sexual reproduction, and sexual reproduction also takes place. So that is all about the complete information of the animals belonging to platyhelminths, or also called as flatworms, also called as tapeworm. So liver fluke, planaria and flatworm. And classification, the last point, classification of this phylum. So as we have seen, classification, first one is kingdom, subkingdom, then phylum and example. So kingdom, animal kingdom, underline, then subkingdom, non-chord animals, so non-chordata, phylum, platyhelminths, and example, any example out of this thing. For example, liver fluke. So that is all about the classification. And earlier I told that a question for 1 mark can be asked. Classify liver fluke, planaria, or the any example from this phylum. So 1 mark under this heading. So that is all about the phylum Platyhelminths. Then a question is asked here. We shall see these questions afterward at the end of this topic. Then next phylum, Aschelminths. So first we shall see the question. The question is asked, how does the infection of tapeworm in man occurs? Means how tapeworm affect the human beings. Tapeworm affect the human being. The eggs of tapeworm. These eggs are very small. These eggs of tapeworm enter through the food or contaminated water, and if such water is used by drinking, or if such foods are used by the person, then the eggs enter in the body, and then what happens, as they are endoparasite tapeworm, they enter in the body, and then from that eggs they come out and they live in the body for long time, and hence lot of problems are created in the human body. So then next question, what are the preventive measures and treatment? Preventive measures is sanitization. Now sanitization, this word, now it is most popular today because of this corona. So wash your hands and legs whenever you came from outside.
Yes.
First one. Then cut your nails periodically. So what happens in the nails? There is a soil, and that soil may, particularly in children's, that soil may contain the eggs. Then sanitization, and whenever you bring the vegetables or non-veg fish or any from the market, wash it thoroughly and then use it. So these are the preventive measures for this as platyhelminthes. Second question is there: how liver flick in grazing animals like goat and sheep occur? Liver fluke enter in the body of goat and sheep. Goat and sheep. As the name suggests, liver fluke enter in the liver. So it enter through the contaminated water. So if the water is contaminated with the eggs of this, then what happens? That water, the eggs enter in the body and they affect, or they enter in the liver and they affect the goat and sheep. So what is the preventive measure? So always use clean and neat water from the drinking of the animals, these grazing animals. All these are called as grazing animals. Grazing means चरणारे, जे गवत खातात, these animals. So use always fresh water, clean water, and always clean the tank from which they use the water or they drink the water. So that is all about question for platyhelminthes. Now we shall see Ascalmenthes. Phylum Ascalmenthes under the same heading. These are the headings: structure of body, then habitat, and so on. First, structure of body. These animals are slender and cylindrical, long and cylindrical, without segment. Body is not segmented. For example, let us see the diagram of this animal Ascaris. Here there are two Ascaris shown. One is male Ascaris, one is female Ascaris. These are these examples of this phylum. Which one? Phylum Ascalmenthes, and example is Ascaris. So body is cylindrical, non-segmented. Then habitat. Now these are also two types of habitat. Most of them are parasitic. Again in parasitic, which one? Endoparasites. Then some are free living either in water or in on land, that is called terrestrial. So then habitat, then body symmetry. As usual, these are also bilaterally symmetrical, as that of platyhelminthes, bilaterally symmetrical. Then germinal layers, again triploblastic. There are three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Then body cavity. Body cavity in these animals is now different. We have seen in the first three phylums, the Porifera, Cnidaria, and Platyhelminthes. These were acoelomate because there was no body cavity in them. So they are lower animals. As due to evolution, now these are the Ascalmenthes. These are somewhat developed animals. Here the body cavity is true coelomate, or we can say pseudo coelomate. What is meaning of pseudocoelomate? Now, body cavity is present, but it is not formed either from mesoderm. So this is not formed from the mesoderm or gut. Gut means intestine. So as it is not prepared from mesoderm or gut, body cavity is present, but as usual it is not prepared from this mesoderm or gut, and hence it is called pseudocoelomate. Pseudo means false. So that is all about body cavity. Locomotion we have seen, as they are, most of them are endoparasite, so they are not undergo locomotion, and some are free living. They can swim in water. Reproduction. Now here in this diagram, this is the diagram of Ascaris, also called as roundworm, because these animals are called roundworm. Worm means janta. These are most common in the children's intestine. Roundworms or Ascaris. So there are two types. These are Ascaris, male and female. So naturally they are unisexual. We have seen earlier in Platyhelminthes, they are, all the Platyhelminthes, they are hermaphrodite, means both the sex organs are present in the same animal. Now here what happens? They are unisexual, means male and female sex organs are different. Male is different from female. So suppose this is the, now the body is cylindrical, and now male and female, mouth and same. Now males are curved at their posterior side like this. This is the anterior side, front, this is the back side. So tail region, that is called posterior side. So this is the male and it is the female Ascaris. Male Ascaris, female Ascaris, and male Ascaris is shorter than female. Difference: male is shorter than female, or female is longer than male. This is the first difference. Second difference: the posterior end of this male is curved, and posterior end of female is not curved. So these are, as male and female sex organs are different in different animals, they are unisexual, and in them sexual reproduction takes place. So that is all about the information of the phylum Aschelminthes, also called as roundworm. Now we shall see examples and classification. So example of this is, first we have seen Ascaris, then Filaria, and the third example of this is Loa Loa, also called as eyeworm. Now this Ascaris is present in the intestine. It is endoparasite. Filaria and Loa, all these they affect the human beings. Now we shall see classification under the same heading, phylum, kingdom, then subkingdom, then phylum and example. So as usual, kingdom is same. All animals in this phylum, in this chapter, they have same kingdom, animal kingdom. So there is no change. Animal kingdom. Then sub kingdom. This one, non-chordata. Then phylum, Aschelminthis. An example, Ascaris. Or filarial worms or loa loa. So that is all about the information of the animals belonging to phylum Aschelminthis. Then a question is asked upon this: how does infection of roundworms like Ascaris filarial worm occurs, and what are their preventive measures? Now listen, Ascaris, it is also called roundworm. It generally affects to the children because children play on ground and they play with soil, and mostly their nails are not cut. That is called the personal cleanliness. So they are not cut. So what happens when they play soil or mud? That soil or mud, if it is rich with Ascaris eggs, that eggs enter in their gap of this nail and finger, and they generally they wash the hand, but they do not wash the hand carefully, and when they eat, what happens? Through that mud, the eggs enter in their body, and then they are affected by the roundworm, and then there are a lot of symptoms. So there are bhook lagat nahi, then there is no concentration. These are some symptoms. Chidchid karna jala humta apan. These are symptoms of this roundworm, and if tablets are given proper, then these eggs and these worms can be removed from the body. Second, filarial worm. Filarial worm is spread by biting of what is called flies or biting of mosquitoes, and hence naturally, as usual, we generally control on malarial parasite, or we can control on the mosquito. So use the cloths which are long and full cloths. Then whenever you sleep, use mosquito net so that the mosquito cannot bite to you and filaria cannot be infected to you. Filarial worms, the symptoms are the swellings of our limbs, and generally they are endemic. Generally in Kerala there are 3 districts. One is Ernakulam, one is Kazhikode, and third one I don't know. But these 3 districts are most popular for this filariasis, because there is swelling of the limbs takes place. So they can be controlled by treatment of the tablets. Then again there is a question that how plant nematodes occurs. There are certain plants which are affected by these animals from Aschelminthis. They are called as nematodes. How they are infect and what are their preventive measures. So generally the soil which is rich with these nematodes, or in that soil the plants are affected by these nematodes. If that soil is carried to the other part by certain peoples, and if that in that soil, if we sow the plants or grow the plants, these plants are affected by nematodes. So again, nursery is also a source. We bring the plants from the nursery. If in that nursery soil is infected by these nematodes, naturally when we brought at our garden that soil also become infected. And hence, whenever you bring the plants from the nursery, check out whether by soil testing whether that soil is infected by nematodes or not. So that is all about today's topic. So questions, we have seen what are the how the infection of Platyhelminthes or the grazing animals, how they are prevented, how they are treated, and we have seen how Filaria ascaris affect on human beings, how they are treated, how they are prevented, and then nematodes. So that is all about today's topic. Thanks for this session. We shall see next topic tomorrow. Again, thanks.